Are you ready for Module 6? Let's prepare your pen and paper. Pre-test direction. Read and analyze each item. Choose the letter of the correct answer. Number 1. Which shows reflection of light? Number 2. Which is an effect of refraction of light? Number 3. Arrange the event that had taken place every time we see a green leaf. Number 4. Which word pair illustrates a correct concept of reflection or refraction? Number 5. Refraction happens when light travels in blank medium. Looking back, direction. Choose the word from the boxes on the right that will complete each sentence at the left. Write the letter of the correct answer on the answer sheet. Number 1. Light travels in blank line. Number 2. Things like blank produce sound. Number 3. Sounds travels the fastest in blank object. Number 4. Sound travels the slowest in blank object. Number 5. When light is black, a blank is.
Brief introduction. Have you experienced total darkness due to blackout or brownout in your area? How did you feel? You have probably been terrified or afraid. So imagine if the light is absent. How can you see things? How can you perform daily activities like reading and writing? Therefore, light as a form of energy is very important to us. In the previous module, you learned about the behavior of the light, that it always travels in a straight line. When light hits a transparent object like that of glass, the light will pass through it. But in a translucent object, only some light will pass through. Therefore, the behavior of the light to be absorbed or to pass through will depend on the material that constructs its passage. Now, what happened to the light that was not absorbed or not passed through the material? Explore this module to find out what happened to a light as it hit a smooth and shiny surface like a mirror and rough surface like a concrete road. Moreover, you will learn what happened to a light that travels from air to a transparent object like glass and water. Read and enjoy learning about these great and amazing light phenomena.
Activity 1. Bounce, bounce, bounce. Objective. Define the reflection of light.
Materials needed: flashlight or laser light, rubber ball, mirror, pen, and 1/2 bond paper. Precautionary measure. Ask assistance from your parents and do not point the laser to someone, especially the eye area. Procedure. Part 1. 1. Assume that the ball is the light and your hand is the source of the light. Number 2. Throw the rubber ball on a hard wall. Observe and draw a diagram to represent its movement. Number 3. Change the angle of your release. Notice the angle of its bounce. Draw an illustration of its movement.
Guide question number 1. What happens to the ball as it touches the wall? The floor.
Part 2. Do this activity in a darker room. 1. Draw the diagram as shown in the picture on 1/2 bond paper. 2. Ask a member of family to place the mirror on the labeled area on the paper. Number 3. Position the laser, pen light, or flashlight in the first arrow. 4. Turn on the laser, pen light, or flashlight. Observe the light before and after it hit the mirror. Number 5. Trace the path taken by the light in the paper after it hit the mirror.
Guide question number 1. What happened to the light when it reached the mirror? Number 2. How will you describe the path taken by the light as it leaves the mirror? Number 3. The behavior of light you observe is reflection. How will you define reflection?
Activity 2. Reflection. Objective. Describe and identify the types of reflection. Materials needed: pen, paper, and illustration.
Procedure. First, analyze the picture on the light and answer the guide question below. A. What is the angle taken by the light from the source going to the mirror? B. How about the angle taken by the light as it reflects off the mirror? C. The above observation is the rule about reflection. State the rule of reflection. Second, analyze picture 2 and 3, then answer the guide questions below.
A. What can you say about the light that bounces from a smooth surface? B. How will you describe the light that bounces from a rough surface? C. What are the two types of reflection? Number 3. Identify the type of reflection that will happen if light strikes the material inside the box. Write RR for regular reflection and DR for diffuse reflection. Blank, glossy magazine. Blank, newspaper. Blank, sandpaper. Blank, polished floor. Blank, corrugated carton. Blank, concrete road. Blank, glass table. Blank, tiled floor. Blank, wax floor.
Activity 3. Materials needed. Pen and paper. Procedure. First, complete the puzzle by drawing the missing part. Second, use the pieces of the puzzle on the right side as your clues. Third, analyze the picture, then answer the questions. Watch this video as your guide. Hey! Guide questions. Number 1. What materials were passed by the ray of light before it reached the eye of the observer? The first one is done for you as your guide. From air to glass, describe what happened to the ray of light. Use upward and downward. The ray of light moved downward as it entered the glass. Answer guide. From water to glass, the ray of light blank when it entered the glass before it reached the eye of the observer. Answer guide. From glass to water, the ray of light slightly blank when it entered the water. Number 2. What happened to the ray of light as it entered the next medium or material? Answer guide. When the ray of light entered to the next medium or material, it blank or blank due to the change in speed. What you have just seen is the refraction of light. How will you define refraction? Answer guide. Refraction simply defined as the blank of blank. Come on kids, join me in performing activity 4, Amazing Arrows. Materials needed: clear glass, water, colored paper, and a pair of scissors. Procedure. First, cut out 2 pieces of arrows using colored paper. If colored paper is not available, you can just draw an arrow. Make sure that the size of the arrow is smaller than the width of the glass. Second, paste the 2 arrows on the white paper, placing the other on top. Make sure that they are facing the same direction. Third, ask a member of the family to hold the paper behind the glass or bottle. Fourth, while you are looking at the glass, ask another member of the family to fill the glass with water. Make sure that the level of the water is above the first arrow. Observe what happened to the first arrow. Fifth, fill the glass with water just enough above the second arrow. Question. Number 1. What were the different media that light passed through before reaching your eyes? Answer guide. The different media that light passed through before reaching your eyes are blank, blank, and blank. Number 2. What happened to the arrow at the bottom of the glass after filling the glass with water? Answer guide. After filling the glass with water, the arrow at the bottom of the glass changes in blank. Number 3. Why did it happen? Answer guide. This happens because the change in blank causes a change in the blank.
Good day, kids! Today we're going to do Activity 5, Magical Pen. Objective: show evidence of refraction. The materials we need are tall drinking glass, water, used cooking oil, rubbing alcohol, and long pencil. Note: if materials are not available, you can refer to the pictures below. Procedure: ask assistance from your parents and do not drink any of the given liquids. Number 1. Half fill the glass with tap water. Number 2. Add used cooking oil of about 1 inch in height. Number 3. Add rubbing alcohol that will take the same height as that of the cooking oil. Number 4. Position the pencil behind the glass. Number 5. Look through the glass. Observe the width of the pencil in the 3 liquid. Guide question. Number 1. What did you notice with the width of the pencil in the 3 liquids? Number 2. Compare the width of the pencil in the 3 liquids. Number 3. What explains this phenomenon?
Remember, light always travels in a straight line, and when it enters a different medium, it bends or refracts due to the change in its speed. The change in its speed causes its bending. The bending of light is called refraction. Rainbows are created due to refraction of light. Check your understanding. Direction. Categorize the following example into reflection or refraction. Number 1. Rainbow forming in bubbles. Number 2. Seeing yourself in the mirror or any smoothly polished object. Number 3. Reading your module. Number 4. Catching a fish using a spear. Number 5. Rainbow appearing after the rain. This is the example of reflection, bouncing of light as it hits a barrier or obstacle. This is the example of refraction, bending light as it enters a different medium.
Remember, there are 2 key concepts on our activity. These are reflection and refraction. The keyword for reflection is the bouncing of light as it hits a barrier or obstacle. Additional information: the angle taken by light as it hits the barrier will also be the same angle as it bounces off the barrier. We see things because light is reflected from them. Seeing our reflection in the mirror and reading are examples. For refraction, our keyword is the bending of light as it enters a different medium. Additional information: the composition of medium changes the speed of light, causing it to bend or refract. The change in speed causes a change in the angle. This is the reason why the arrow changes in direction or the pencil changes in its width as seen in 3 different media. Formation of rainbow in bubbles and the formation of rainbow after the rain is due to refraction of light. Post-test. Read and analyze each item. Choose the letter of the correct answer. Number 1. Which shows reflection of light? Number 2. Which is an effect of refraction of light? Number 3. Arrange the events that had taken place every time we see a green leaf. Number 4. Which word pair illustrates correct concept of reflection and refraction? Number 5. Refraction happens when light travels in blank medium.
Reflection. I learned that reflection is while refraction is. Example of refraction lights are and on the other hand and are examples of refraction of light. Enjoy and happy learning!